Welcome. So today I've got a really cool game in the old IS-7, the Soviet Union top tier 10 if you want to call it that, heavy tank. Now this thing's an absolute brute, but when you play it in a platoon with a really good platmate, someone who can sort of match it with you, these things are virtually unstoppable because the biggest problem with Blitz at the moment is you've got guys who are running in tier 10 with, 500-600 average damage per game, which means they're low tier players. And sadly, that means that gameplay is a bit ordinary. So, from this perspective, platting at the moment has become extraordinary, and finding someone who, you really enjoy platooning with is a very good thing in the game. But what I'm going to do in this game, it was actually a really good way of showing you how I like to drive the IS-7, and I've been fairly successful in this tank. Although right now you can see this Jag Panzer is like muscling in on my spot, and right to him in game seriously, and he's just like, yeah, I'm pushing in. I'm a Jag Panzer. Get out of my way, girly Russian man. But it was a bit of a funny thing in game. We had a bit of a laugh, but he's exposed himself. I mean, I would not have put myself in a Jag Panzer right there. For all and sundry to have a crack at. But he's done that, and obviously he got a good one off, but we managed to put a shot in on the mouse. And I like to use this rock and this spot here in this map just to get cover, keep hull down, only expose the angles of the IS-7. So, obviously the gun depression lets it down, which means you've got to be, my rule of thumb in this tank, I've got to be lower than the opponents. Now, I know that sounds weird, but if you're higher than the opponents, number one, you're not going to actually get the gun down enough to put a shot into them. But the other thing is they can hit your lower front plate on this tank, which is weak as. So that's not something that you want to do. Put a shot in his mouse, and he turned at the last minute. Very clever. I should have put one in his cheeks, but the Jag Panzer got him anyway. So, so with the angles of the tank, you want to make sure you're using the armor profile the right way. And at this point in time, I've got Sam on the left here, and he's covering, across from the river there, and we've got a couple of seriously big tanks on the opposite side there. We've got an E100, we've got an IS-7, and there is also a Jag Panzer over there as well, who can absolutely do monumental amounts of damage on us if we get in the wrong spot. So you can see I've just used this bush cover here to come and put a shot on him. I saw an opportunity. That's one good thing this tank has. It's got mobility. It will actually get to the spot you want it to really quickly. So that's really good. But what you're going to see now is how I'm going to use the angles of this tank to get through this next bit and actually go a fair way into this match without receiving any damage at all. Now you see that poor Jag Panzer there. I've just honed in on his upper hatch there, which is only small, but the gun's good enough in this Soviet, believe it or not, to actually do the business on it. So here we are, where now I thought Sam was going to actually go this Jag Panzer, but he hasn't. He's left him to turn straight at me. But watch this. He puts one into me and bounces. He bounced off my tank. Because see how my angle was to him? I've used this rock now as a bit of cover. And Sam's come back and killed him, which is great. But I completely drew his focus there. Sam was able to come around, get rid of those other two around the corner. So he fought those guys off, then come back at the Jag. So he played really well. Now see how he's angling as well? We're both angling. We're angling off each other. So now what we've got two IS-7 cannons facing at a couple of the opposition, but they're not able to get shots on us. So you see, watch this shot. Boom! That was brilliant. So he exposed his absolute weakest point of that tank, which is that lower plate, and that for me was a complete opportunity. I mean, we were 5 tanks to 2 at one stage there, and we're just sort of coming back now. I've gone to chase that T-54. E100's pushed up. Sam is in a bit of trouble, so I'm coming back to help him. He's not totally in trouble, but he needs a bit of help. So I've come back up and try to track him, but instead I thought I'll have a go at the plate, but the angle of his plate at that point in time was too great. So now I'm full hit points, right? I can actually afford to be hit by this guy. So I took the chance to get rid of him. And now it's 2-on-2, and we got a Centurion up there, and there's a T-54 who's a one-shot. They're both one-shot. T-54's come to have a go at Sam. You can't see that behind us. And Sam's able to do the right thing and dispatch him. And at the same token, see the T-54's now gone. I've come up over here. Where's the Centurion? He's hiding in the river, trying to see if no one will notice him. He's like a little bullfrog, except we do notice him, and he puts a shot into us. Sorry, we put a shot into him, and it's all over. So that's how you can work together in a platoon. Great game from Sam. I really appreciate his efforts there, and it's a bit of understanding of how I play the IS7. I love the tank. I'll never ever sell this tank, and I hope they don't nerf it anymore because in certain situations it can fall down. But you see, we did good damage each. Brothers in arms, that's what I'm talking about, and both 3,000 damage.